What is good, everyone? This is your host, Deanna Kemple with Label Free Podcast. To live your best life, you must live label free. I'm super excited. I have a really interesting woman with us tonight. She is a transformational coach and facilitator based in Los Angeles. Please welcome Aurora Meneghello to the show. Did I say that right?
Yes. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I watched quite a few of the episodes and have so much fun listening to your conversations.
So we're going to have a lot of fun too. So can you please tell us a little bit about your background and what you do? And before we get started, I love my coaches. I talk to so many different coaches, and everyone is so unique in their own way. And actually, I think what you're focused on is very relevant right now in what we're going through. And we're going to get a little bit more into that. But can you just tell the audience a little bit about your background and about your repurposeyourpurpose.com, your business?
Yeah. So my story is very long, so I'm gonna make it very short. And you can read more on my website. I used to be one of those people that felt like she had to control everything, right? And I was exposed to coaching first as the kind of coaching that was like reasons of results. You want it, you say, you go after it. Since I was already pretty much into controlling things and making that happen, that worked very well for me. I changed careers, I made more money, I got all these things that I wanted. And then somewhere along the path, I forgot about myself. I disconnected from myself. And all my attention went to the goal, right? And if I was too tired, but I have the goal. If I was working a lot, but I have the goal. Like, I don't even know when it happened. I just know that at some point I woke up and for the first time in my life, I didn't like myself that much anymore. I was a little bit too aggressive. I wasn't there for other people as much as I just got disconnected. So I had a huge moment of like, I don't want to live this way anymore. I read a book called The Surrender Experiment. And the author made this point about surrendering to the flow of life and really starting to see that things work and we don't have to go about it like this all the time. And I decided, that's what I'm going to do. And out of that commitment, out of that really healing myself from my addiction to having to control everything, Repurpose Your Purpose emerged. What I do now emerged very organically, very slowly, and my life changed from the inside out. So what I do now, it really started, my business really started helping people change careers, people who don't know what to do, change careers and find what they want to do. And then it expanded. And now my work is really to help free what's already in you, your wisdom. You have your own compass. And if you can let go, try to control the outside, something beautiful becomes apparent.
Yeah, I love that. And I actually can relate to that in my previous life when I don't know what episode you listened to if I talked about that at all, but I was married. My husband passed away. It's going to be 6 years now. And we had 5 businesses in very successful, we multi-million-dollar businesses, huge home, flew private jets, had the fancy cars and all that stuff. And I was like, so like having to be in control. And even if I was tired, I kept going. And like you said, I was not, I would look back now and I just was not a happy person, not at all. And in the last 5-6 years, I've just gone through this transformation and I'm not anywhere close to who I used to be. And I would never want to go back there. I'm so happy. I'm so happy in my life. But I had to go through all that myself. That was a choice I made to just want to become better. I tried to repair a lot of my relationships with my family because I was so focused on our goals and working so much and, going after this, that, and the other thing that I not abandoned, but I did not go to a lot of family functions and stuff like that. So now it's like my priorities have shifted and, my family comes first, my relationships comes first. And, that comes second, So I really love, I really love, so right now there's a lot of talk in Fortune magazine. I've read a lot of articles in regards to the Great Resignation. And it's very interesting that this whole pandemic that we've gone through has really forced people to kind of look at their lives and want to make changes. So can you talk to us about that from your point of view and what you do?
Yeah, that's been really interesting, for me to see. I think that um, there's so many things we could talk about. The first thing that comes to mind to me is that I think for a lot of people, if they were fortunate enough to be able to stay home and still have an income and so forth, the idea of like spending more time with family, spending more time actually in a place, and maybe for more of the introverts, in us, made you
Yeah.
feel settled. I think that that can be such a aha moment, right? Of
Yeah.
like, wow, when I feel better inside, when I have a little bit more calm and more time, I just function better,
Yeah.
right? And sometimes we know that intellectually, but if we can have that experience, it's a big deal. Of course, there's also people that have to slow down, and it is very painful to slow down, and it came with a lot of sacrifices. But what I'm hearing also is that a lot of us are understanding more and more that there are many different types of wealth. So
Yeah.
this is not even my idea, right? Like you can Google 8 types of capital or different types of wealth. And so financial wealth is just one of them.
Yes.
There's time wealth, there's relationship wealth, there's
Health.
cultural wealth, there's
Health wealth.
spiritual wealth, health wealth,
Yes.
right? Health wealth. I think I heard another coach making the point of like, I don't understand, like you're trying to like keep your health benefits by getting sick by overworking, right? Like,
Yeah.
so I think there's a lot of that that's becoming apparent. What I think also is happening is that a lot of us got extremely stressed out. And so now maybe what I worked before we could put up with, now it feels like I can't put up with that anymore, right? My fuse is very short.
Yeah.
Um, the thing that I don't like so much about the great resignation is that it can become another marketing ploy and another way to make people feel like they have to change, feel like they have to, right?
Sure.
So I think you have to watch out also for that if you're reading a lot about it, on the topic. For me, I've always, from the beginning, dealt with these issues
Yeah.
because at the core of any career is it working for your life,
Yes. Yeah.
right? Not putting your life in service of the career, but having a holistic approach to the career.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that to have more time, you have to make less money. You can work it out, however, but I think going back to what's important to you in your wisdom, your deeper sense of your own well being, that's key.
Yeah.
That go from there.
What is good, everyone? This is your host, Deanna Kemple with Label Free Podcast. Live your best life. You must live label free. Ho, 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 ladies. The holidays came early, not only for you, but for your man here at Manscaped, the leading men's hygiene brand. Manscaped just launched new products that your man will actually use, including their all-new ultra premium body wash and a 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. Also, this awesome refined cologne. It smells so sexy. My man loves it. I love him wearing it, especially after he's all clean shaven, using the lawnmower 4.0 and trimming those nasty nose hairs and those ear hairs. You know what I'm saying, ladies? It's time to give the man in your life the gift of beautiful skin, hair, and balls this holiday season. Go to manscaped.com and use the code LABELFREE20 for 20% off and free shipping. That's right, ladies, 20% off and free shipping with the code LABELFREE20 at manscaped.com. Agree. And I mean, I'm not buying into the marketing. I've got my own opinion about everything that's happened. I'm just done with it. Like I'm like, let's be done with this. Let's move on. All right, that's where I'm at. But it's just been interesting what they're saying is, not just to get away from the marketing, but that people have really had an opportunity to take a hard look at their lives
Yeah.
and wanting to and just decided they want to make a change because they saw the way that they were living was not, they were not happy. And so when I see this on your website and what you talk about, what you do is helping transform people's lives, repurpose your purpose. So I felt like that was a really great. I mean, your business must be booming.
I mean, I'm very happy, with my business. What I actually started to do now, because it's so cool, so key, is to actually go inside before we look outside. Is I do this coaching intensives, 6 days, 6 coaching sessions, just 1 week, and it's all about starting to see in action how your own thinking clouds what's much deeper. and was always at peace.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, for me, this was the biggest lesson. Okay. I first I didn't know about this. I always felt unless I have some security outside, I will not be at peace. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I got into, okay, intellectually know that it's me, but it's really because it's me making it happen and getting it right. That was my next level.
Yeah.
At some point, the more I started this practice of looking within and settling in my own wisdom, a sense of peace and safety came from the inside out that was very gentle and beautiful. And it's paradoxical because a lot of my fear went away, a lot of my drive, I have to do things went away. And yet, this beautiful sense of what was, I don't even want to say what I wanted, but what was calling me, what
Yeah.
made sense for me, just came, and it felt a lot less effort to actually move in that direction. So if anybody is sort of, right now listening to this and thinking of the great resignation, or just like in general, they're like, okay, what am I going to do? Or they love what they're doing, but they want to go to the next level. I really want to invite you to look in that direction, look in the direction of you can have peace first. And that will actually help you
Yeah.
move forward instead of thinking that first you need to get whatever you want to get and it has to be really stressful and then you get peace.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds very, I don't know, woo woo, but I can tell
Not
you, to
really.
me, it's been
Not
very
really.
practical.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like we've been so programmed as a society to look outside of us for our happiness and our, just to feel complete, or to feel a certain way. We've been programmed that way. And when we finally wake up and realize that's not exactly what's going to make us feel good or feel successful or feel complete, whatever you're looking for, it all starts from within. It all starts from within. And what you just said, actually, for me, it's been interesting. I find, so this is kind of, I'm going to digress a little bit. Even though I was married before, my late husband at that time of my life, he was part of my journey. But he was a narcissist. He was very controlling, but we were a power couple. We did very well together, but it wasn't a very healthy relationship. And over the last 6 years, I haven't dated a lot. I've just been like real focused. I'm gonna do this. I'm real like just driven, like you were saying that had fallen away for you. Well, I'm finally in a relationship that is very healthy. He is incredible. And a lot of that stuff that I felt like I needed to be and to do, but this is also because I'm feeling good about myself. I do not have that, like, feel like I have to just like go, 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 go. It's very like what you just said. I really related to that because I'm like, holy shit, yeah, because I'm so good here, and I think when you're just so go, for me in my mind, so go, 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 you're trying to impress a lot of people, impress yourself.
Mm,
You know what I mean? And I don't
mm.
I don't feel like I have to do that anymore.
Yeah, I felt I had a lot of fear. I mean, a lot of fear, I was so fear driven and I didn't even realize actually, half of the time.
Yeah. Huh.
But I was really resonating with what you were saying because, so before, right? I didn't quite understand myself. So if I had a lot to do, I would double down on doing it, of course, right? Okay, so I work more, I don't take time off. And I didn't realize that actually I started to feel like this inside.
Yeah.
And when you start feeling like this inside, you get more irritable or you get more withdrawn or you don't even think at your best.
Yeah.
Now, and this is what I also tell all my clients, right? If you feel you have a huge problem, if you feel obsessively ruminating on it, if you have a lot to do, so you have to work more and more, actually, you need to do the opposite,
Yeah.
you know? So now, if I find myself, I'm very attuned to how I'm starting to feel. If I feel like I'm going like this inside, so like I'm closing up, things are more stressful, that I know that I am just not going to operate my best. So I live in LA, so I get in my car, I go to the beach, I get some ice cream, okay? I'm from
Aw.
Italy, so gelato if I can. Spend a couple of hours doing that. By the time I'm back, I have better ideas. I can
Yeah.
work more efficiently. Sometimes what was occupying my mind so much doesn't seem like a big problem anymore, right?
Yeah.
again, to me, the way I grew up, that's very counterintuitive, right? So I relax, I open up,
Yeah.
my wisdom that's always there
Yeah.
rises up spontaneously.
I love that. That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love that. So so how can, when someone reaches out to you, or first, where can people find you, support you, and all that good stuff?
Yeah, repurposeyourpurpose.com.
Mhm.
So I write a lot of my blog. I have videos, so spend some time, checking it out. You can find quite a bit of answers there. I'm always happy to have calls with people who first are interested in working with me. I think coaching is very personal, so it's really important that you have a good feeling, with
Yeah.
the coach. So I do have a complimentary coaching call, and it's not a sales call; it's a coaching call. It's 1 hour long, and if somebody's interested and they resonate with what they see and they're interested in working together, they can send me an email and we schedule something.
Awesome. And what does that look like? So if someone says, okay, hey, I'm interested in working with you, is it like a certain month period, or just a month by month? How do
Mm.
you have your coaching set up?
So almost everyone will start with the coaching intensive. Okay,
Okay.
so that's 6 days, 6 sessions. Each session is 60 to 90 minutes. I've had people doing this from all over the world. It's quite fantastic. And for some people, that's all they need. That's
Yeah.
literally all they need. You open yourself up to your deepest knowing. An amazing thing can happen. And the best part is that, so don't come with any expectations, because the less expectation you have, the more you open up.
Yeah.
And it's always we don't know what's going to come up. It's quite beautiful. Then some people like to really deepen their coaching and work with me, and we enter in, like, 6 months, a year, or even I have clients that I've had for years, right? And they keep growing and they grow their business, and the work gets deeper and deeper. But that's not something you decide right away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the way what I say in coaching and how I live my life, which is, you have to follow that wisdom. That also is what I say to people interested to working with me, right? You have to follow your wisdom,
Yeah. I love that.
right? So we have to have a conversation. It makes sense to you, great. It doesn't make sense to you, there's something else.
Right. Absolutely. That was beautiful. Oh my gosh. I feel like I could talk to you for hours. So that's awesome. I love it when I connect with my guests like that. So
So I
that's
love what you do.
yeah. So before I start wrapping things up and we say goodbye, Aurora, I like to ask my guests for any last words of wisdom or advice they'd like to leave with the audience.
Mm. Okay, I have to confess I did not prepare this. I wanted to see if something would come to me. I'll share something a little bit more personal. I lost somebody. That was very important to me this year, and the only regret is not enough love. That I didn't show enough love. Um, I think if there's one thing that I want to say, that maybe a lot of us are feeling with losses with COVID, but I think it's something that it's never too late to learn, is that just always give more love, have more love, look in the direction of love, whatever you do, you're never going to regret
Yeah,
that.
I love that. That was simple, sweet, and beautiful, and very true. Thank you so much for being a guest, Aurora. It was an absolute pleasure. Keep us updated on any new projects you have, or if you come out with a book or anything, if you create a retreat that you want to share, let us know so we can share with the audience. It was an absolute pleasure to have you. You guys, this is your host, Deanna Kemple with Label Free Podcast. To live your best life, you must live label free. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, follow, all those good things. And I'll be back soon with more dynamic guests.